Since Labour came to power, immigration enforcement raids have increased by more than a third over the same period the year before.
So unfortunately I'm going to have to now arrest you on suspicion of keeping somebody in slavery and servitude under the Modern Slavery Act. So you don't have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention when questioned, something which later on in court,
Officer,
anything you do say may be used as evidence. All right. Sorry?
I am a judge in my country. I even have immunity.
Today, a shocking scandal shakes the global legal community to its core. A high-ranking judge, a woman sworn to uphold justice, has been found guilty of modern slavery. But what makes this story even more jaw-dropping? She claimed diplomatic immunity. Yes, you heard that right. A sitting judge, a UN tribunal member, is at the center of a case that exposes the dark underbelly of human trafficking, corruption, and deceit at the highest levels. Stay with us, because in the next few minutes, we'll uncover the full, disturbing truth behind this case, the explosive reactions from world leaders, and what this means for justice worldwide. And trust me, you do not want to miss what happens next.
That we're going to do things differently. We're going to tell the truth, even when they are hard truths.
It started as an unassuming day in Oxford, England. But for Lydia Mugambi, a highly respected Ugandan High Court Judge and UN Tribunal member, it was the day her world came crashing down.
So unfortunately I'm going to have to now arrest you on suspicion of keeping somebody in slavery and servitude under the Modern Slavery Act. So you don't have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention when questioned, something which later on in court,
Officer,
anything you do say may be used as evidence. All right. Sorry?
I am a judge in my country. I even have immunity. I am not a criminal.
But diplomatic immunity was not on her side. Investigators say the crimes committed were too severe for her to hide behind international protection. And as the judge sat in handcuffs, gasps echoed through the courtroom. So what exactly did Lydia Mugambi do? Authorities allege that Mugambi, along with Ugandan Deputy High Commissioner John Leonard Muga, orchestrated a sinister operation to traffic a young woman into the UK under false pretenses. The trade-off, the Ugandan High Commission would sponsor the victim's visa, and in exchange, Mugambi would pull strings in legal proceedings back home. This was no accident. This was a highly calculated scheme that crumbled under scrutiny. The woman was forced into labor, isolated, and threatened into silence. When she dared to speak out, Mugambi and her allies allegedly conspired to intimidate her into withdrawing her testimony. And here's where things get even more disturbing. Mugambi insisted she was untouchable. She repeatedly claimed diplomatic immunity, an age-old tactic used by corrupt officials to escape justice. But in a rare move, the United Nations waived any immunity she may have had. Why? Because the evidence against her was overwhelming. Even more damning, this case sheds light on a deeper issue. How many other diplomats and officials are hiding behind immunity to commit heinous crimes? How many cases like this have slipped through the cracks?
You've got immunity in this country?
Yes. I have a diplomatic passport.
You're a diplomat?
Yes.
So we'll need to see that then.
Yes.
And then we'll need to speak to the embassy if you are a diplomat.
I came here as a student. I don't need her to work for me. I didn't come with her. She asked me because she has worked at my home before. She asked me.
And this is just the tip of the iceberg. The UK's battle against modern slavery has never been more critical. According to experts, there are an estimated 50 million modern-day slaves worldwide, with thousands hidden in Britain's towns and cities. Former Prime Minister Theresa May made tackling modern slavery a central piece of her leadership, but new legislation threatens to undo years of progress. Critics say the Stop the Boats bill isn't just targeting illegal migration, it's making it harder for real victims of slavery to get help.
This bill has been marketed as a Stop the Boats bill. We all want to stop the boats. Nobody wants to see people risking their lives in small boats across the Channel, as we don't want to see them risking their lives in unseaworthy vessels across the Mediterranean. But this bill is not just written to stop the boats. It covers all illegal migration and its unwritten subtext is the Stop Certain Victims Claims of Modern Slavery bill. Not stop false claims of modern slavery, but stop all claims full stop. And the evidence of the police is clear. If you want victims to provide evidence to bring slave drivers to justice, the victims need time, they need support, and they need to be here.
And the hypocrisy, breathtaking. Global elites who constantly demand reparations for historical slavery are turning a blind eye to the millions enslaved today. Libya, Cameroon, Nigeria. The numbers are staggering, yet where are the protests? Where is the outrage? But let's talk about another massive consequence: illegal immigration and human trafficking in the UK. Under the cover of darkness, immigration officers conduct high-risk raids across Britain. In North Wales, we followed law enforcement as they uncovered shocking numbers of undocumented workers being exploited. One Romanian worker, caught on camera, admitted, "I earn £1,000 a week working illegally." And while the government has ramped up immigration enforcement, arresting over 3,000 people in the past 6 months, it's barely scratching the surface. With an estimated 1.5 million illegal immigrants in the UK, are we even close to regaining control?
We've got individuals that we've got a trace of them exiting the country. We've got no trace of them coming into the country. So we haven't bottomed that out yet, but what we found in the past is that they will have come through Ireland and then through the common travel area, avoiding the controls. Not just the EEA nationals that are going through Ireland, it's other foreign nationals, because it can be like the back door into the UK. So you've got the small boats where people are coming in illegally. You've got other clandestine that come in the back of lorry, but obviously there's the abuse of the CTA as well.
Okay, so how much do you get paid?
£1,000 a week.
£1,000 per week.
Will this high-profile conviction finally bring diplomatic criminals to justice? Or will it be swept under the rug like so many other cases? And as illegal immigration and modern slavery intertwine, is the UK on the brink of a humanitarian and security crisis? One thing is certain, this is a battle far from over. We want to hear from you. Should diplomatic immunity be abolished to prevent officials from abusing power? Should the UK crack down harder on illegal immigration, or is the system already broken beyond repair? Let us know in the comments below. And if you found this report eye-opening, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. We'll keep exposing the truth because the truth matters.
Slave. Lydia Mugambi, also a High Court Judge in Uganda, was found guilty of conspiring to facilitate a breach of UK immigration law, forcing someone to work, and conspiracy to intimidate a witness. The woman was genuinely shocked she had committed a crime. Take a look at her arrest.
So unfortunately I'm going to have to now arrest you on suspicion of keeping somebody in slavery and servitude under the Modern Slavery Act. So you don't have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention when questioned, something which later on in court,
Officer,
anything you do say may be used as evidence. Alright. Sorry?
I am a judge in my country. I even have immunity. I am not a criminal.
You've got immunity in this country?
Yes. I have a diplomatic passport.
You're a diplomat?
Yes.
So we'll need to see that then.
Yes.
And then we'll need to speak to the embassy if you are a diplomat.
I came here as a student. I don't need her to work for me. I didn't come with her. She asked me because she has worked at my home before. She asked me